Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Footyholics here again, and this is Middlesbrough episode 5. To start off this episode, we take a look at our youth scout, and our scout has only brought back us 3 players, and Cameron Alexander has a potential of 91, so we left him on there for further scouting. Hopefully he can be our next scout and maybe fulfill one of our objectives we've got from the board, which is to bring up one of our youngsters through the academy and have them start a certain amount of games next season. Our first game of the episode is against West Ham, and we go into this game off of not such a great episode last time, so let's hope that we can do some damage and somehow get the win here. In this game, I'm starting Connor Wickham up top because we can't seem to get a striker partnership with the midfield that somehow works. And the first chance of the game came to West Ham, and Jedvaj with a brilliant tackle to deny Mbokani his cross. But again, Mbokani was down the line and he crossed it in, and Obiang eventually came out to Obiang, who has a shot, and Valdez gets down well to make the save. It's West Ham again, and luckily for us it was called offside there because the ball was almost in. In our first attack of the game, Sané wiggles through the crowd and somehow it gets kicked away by West Ham. Again, West Ham attacking, and they've been on us for this entire half so far, and Valdez makes another great save there. Now, one of our defenders, I think it's Jedvaj, he makes a tackle and it results in a free kick, and that free kick absolutely cannoned off the bar, as you saw there. Crazy. But after all that attack, West Ham are still not ahead for some reason. 5 shots, 1 on target, and 0 shots for us. But we go into halftime 0-0. To start the half, it's again West Ham attacking. Obiang has another shot, but it was off target. Fortunately for us, because I don't know if Valdez would have had that covered. To try and get the game back on our side, we made a substitution. We brought on Jonathan Deco for Connor Wickham, hoping that he could provide the spark to make us score. And we had a resulting corner off of one of our attacks, and unfortunately Sané couldn't deliver for us. Made another set of substitutions now, just trying to switch the game up because we've almost had absolutely nothing from this game, and it's now bringing on to the 90th minute. Our last chance of the match was eventually cleared by Martin Noble, and unfortunately that means that we have yet another 0-0 draw in this career mode. It's absolutely disappointing, and our player ratings there aren't great either, with our 2 midfielders scoring 7s. But at the end of the day, we have to stick with what we have, and a 0-0 draw could be worse. Here you can see we used Russia came in for us, for a manager, but we don't want to do any international managing this season at least, so we rejected them. Our next match of this episode is one against Watford, and Watford can sometimes be a good team in the league, but in this career mode they're 3 places behind us in 12th. So if you saw there, 9th for us, even considering all of the woes last episode, is not a bad. So as you can see in this game, I changed up the formation to play 2 up top, just to see if we can switch things around and finally get back on winning ways, because this really hasn't been good enough. And our first attack of the game, Gaston Ramirez passed it into Wickham, who tries to fake shot his man, but it didn't quite work out. In their first attack, they came through, and somehow they wiggled all through my defence. I don't know how they managed that one, and it ended up with Troy Deeney having a shot, and it was fairly decent, but fortunately for us it went by. Just after that, there was a blaster of a shot coming from their midfielder, and if Valdez wasn't alert, that would have gone straight in the bars, and we are fortunate not to be 1-0 down. Soon after that, Troy Deeney tackles Nsue and gets a yellow card for his troubles. It wasn't a great tackle. As you can see here, Berahino, he hits the post. Oh my god, we needed that to go in. We really did. And that means that halftime we go into 0-0. If Berahino had managed to bring that shot in, who knows what would have happened. Anyway, we start the second half 0-0, and we're hoping that we can somehow come and get a result against Watford. As you can see there, they cross the ball in and Valdez easily catches it and he clears it. Now, in our first attack of the second half, Ramirez has a shot after Connor Wickham passes the ball, and it's saved by their keeper. They tried to pass the ball out through to Troy Deeney again, but fortunately Valdez was on his line off his line to get the ball. Igalo is coming in and he passes the ball to Pereira, who turns and has a shot, and somehow he's managed to get by our defense and just score that. Where was Fabio going? I guess he was going to mark the man, and he wasn't watching the ball, and that's unfortunately 1-0 to Watford. And we're running out of time here, and they have another shot again, and somehow we have gone from bad to worse with a 0-0 draw against West Ham and now a 1-0 loss to Watford. That is very, very disappointing for us, and we really, really need to do better if we want to get anything from this career mode. Fortunately for us, we're still up to 9th, but we will start going down very fast with performances like that, where we didn't even have a clear-cut opportunity to score. Our next match here, as you can see, is against Arsenal, and just take a note there, we've only got 4 goals for the entire season. That is absolutely outrageous, and we really, really need to work on that. Maybe I should have bought a different striker in the transfer window, because Berahino and Wickham really haven't been doing a good job for us. But anyway, we play against Arsenal now, who are really favourites to win because we're playing at the Emirates. And it seems that they've played quite a decent side with Sanchez, Welbeck, Chamberlain. They've got Ozil on the bench, but really we could really use some luck in this game. We started here with Negredo because we just can't find a striker that will score for us. And even hold up play and send through our wingers, we can't get it done, and we really need to act on this. But anyway, the game is starting, and the first attack of the game comes for Arsenal as expected, and Welbeck wriggles through, passes the ball back to Chamberlain, who wriggles around, somehow gets the ball off to Cazorla, who turns and somehow has a shot, but fortunately it just trickles through to Valdez, who clears it. In this one, Fabio skins his man and runs down the line. He cuts inside the defender and tries to get the ball away to our attackers, but fortunately something has happened there, and it's just a calamity, but unfortunately for us it's not a goal. But look at this, Sané is running through into the box, and they've somehow got him off. Look at this, Mustafi tackles, but he does get none of the ball, and if Sané had gone down there, we could have really got a penalty, but unfortunately he didn't. It's us attacking again, and somehow Sané is through again, and Ospino makes a great save. But we've been taking it to Arsenal. We're not sitting back. We need a win this episode, and Sané has a shot there, but unfortunately it wasn't good enough to get past Ospina. But it was good team play to get into the position to shoot. In this attack, Welbeck has the ball and he uses his body well, turns his man, has a snapshot, and it takes a good save from Valdez to keep us 0-0 in this match. As you can see here, it was almost in the top corner. Valdez came flying across to stop the ball from going in the net. In this one, Negredo passed across to Gaston Ramirez, who passed to Adama, and it's through. And can he score? Aqua has scored! He has scored our first goal for this episode, and it's against Arsenal of all teams. What a back heel from Adama. Aqua takes it around the keeper and blasts it into the open net. What a great goal for us. And can this be our first win in a long time, and our first win for this episode? I really, really hope it is, because just before halftime we've managed to pick it up. We've had more shots than Arsenal, more shots on target. They have us on possession, but still, to start the half off, we have another great shot. Fisher takes a great save from Ospina to deny him from scoring, and we are on the ball. We've started the second half as we finished the first on top, and Fabio crosses the ball in, and Negredo, he's done it, lads. He's dove in, and he's somehow, I don't know how this body managed to do that, but he's managed to get him, and what's going on here? Footballers are really strange, I gotta say. But Negredo has scored the second goal for us, and that is absolutely brilliant. We've subbed him off because he's only a lone player, and we don't want to train up players for other teams if we can help it, with Negredo being on loan from Valencia, of course. But what a goal that was, and maybe he's fighting for his spot up top. We need to really consider him now. But it's in the 90th minute, and Ramsey passed the ball across Ozil, who wriggles inside and he shots, and oh my gosh, our clean sheet is gone. Nothing Valdez can do, and somehow Ozil gets the ball in the back of the net. That is very, very unfortunate. But at the end of the day, guys, we've beat Arsenal. We couldn't beat Watford. We couldn't beat West Ham. Spurs beat us 3-0, but we've beat Arsenal. How amazing is that? I am very happy with that. They're in 4th place overall, and with that win, it puts us up to 11th, which isn't bad. considering that on the 5th and 4th place have 15 points, so we have 13. But wow, I'm excited now. We need to get on and start doing well in this career. As you can see here, our next 3 games are against Bournemouth, Man City and Chelsea. But anyway guys, I think I'm going to end it off here. If you liked the video, let me know in the comments. Give me any suggestions and I'll be sure to include them next time. Anyway, peace!